back to Nikki's Scrapbooking Adventures. Today we are going to address this massive box of scraps. What do you do with your scraps? I like to organize them into binders or little books. And so I'm going to go through the process of how I start to get ready for this. Okay, so the first step that I do is I put each of these into piles. So this would be considered a small scrap, medium scrap, small, small. Okay, white goes in a separate pile. I don't keep anything less than 1/2 inch. It's not worth it to me. I just toss it. Okay, now these could be considered a border strip. I don't know. I'm going to deal with that size later. Medium. Now full 12-inch strips go in a separate pile. Am I going to keep this? The problem with this size is I could use a punch and then make an embellishment out of this. So that's going to be a separate pile as well. That is a massive piece of paper, but it is 12 inches. And then I've got these templates. I don't know what I'm doing with those yet. 12 inches, 12 inches, 12 inches, 12 inches, not 12 inches. Okay, so I just go through and quickly make piles. Is that 12 inches? No. Okay, and again, white is separate, so I need to make sure that those stay separate. And I will more likely, and then I've got embellishments. So I think embellishments are going to go here. I don't want to keep that. Okay. Things that I need to cut out go into a separate pile. Okay. Am I going to keep these? Well, that's white. Okay, this is considered pretty small. That's 1 inch. So I'll keep those to the side here. This, not sure what I'm going to do with yet because it won't fit in one of my books, so it may have to stay in my scrap bin. Same with this kind of deal. It was an idea that I had. I didn't like the execution. And little man is waking up. That's going to have to be an embellishment. That's going to have to be embellishments. Yeah. Plain white paper, I don't keep. So really, what I need to figure out is what size I am keeping and which size I am tossing. And I think I am going to toss anything below 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Just because I don't find myself using it. That's foam. I'm going to toss that. Use that as embellishments. That's pretty small. Embellishments. White. Is that white? I'm using this as white. Cream. So I am going to keep the cream because I don't have very much left of it. I think this is the last of my cream. And it'll go right there. That's white. That's black. Okay. So I pretty much have a 12, a white, embellishments, and smaller. Medium size-ish. Okay. Now that could be 12. See, I even put mixed media papers in here that I don't typically use. So I'll go through the rest of this bin. That's going to be embellishments. That's going to just throw away. And that's going to throw away. And that's going to be thrown away. It's too small. It's not worth. I have so much paper, it's not worth it. That's white. That's brown, but it's 12 inches, 12 inches, 12 inches, white, medium. That's embellishments. I need to figure out what to do with that. See, this is how I use my white cardstock and my scraps, is I use it for layering pieces when I'm going to make alphabets. I don't think this is 12 inches anymore, and I think that's why it's in the scrap pile. Yep, that's 11 3/4 by 11 3/4. But it's white. So that paper is too big to put in my piles. Okay. Again, layering pieces. I punched those out. I think I need to keep it separate. That's 12 inches. Okay. And then I've got all these branding strips. I don't know if I'm going to use those or not. Trash. I haven't really used the branding strips that I already have. What do you do with your branding strips? Do you keep them? Do you toss them? I don't think that's 12 inches, is it? Oh, it is 12 inches. Okay. Weird size. I really like to keep things as rectangles or squares. That's just how I do it. So then I could put it in my bin. That's gray. Oop, that's gray too. Okay, thin paper is gonna get tossed. I know that seems like a waste, but I've got a lot of copy paper, so I am not too worried about it. Look at all these branding strips. Do I really want to take the time? So here's an example. This was a scrap in my scrapbook, and I used it as an embellishment. But it's too small now. That's too small. That's an embellishment that needs to go in my other kit. So it's going to go right there. White branding strip. My trash is going to fill up super quick today. Okay. I think this is 12 inches. Weird shape. And then these are those. And embellishments. Trash that. Not sure how it even got in there. Embellishment. Embellishment. Then I've got these random circles I think I'm just going to toss. Well, yeah, I'm just going to toss them because they're weird colors. Yeah, I don't like that paper, so no, it's, well, but it can be used as white. I don't know what to do with this. That's weird. That is in there. Okay. And copy paper. Yay, my box is clear. My box is clear. Oh. I need to make a decision on these. So I think what I'll end up doing is putting these back in my scrap pile, my scrap bin. Because what I'll do is I'll know that they're at the bottom. And then I can use them as my layering pieces for my punches, punched shapes, or die cut shapes. Because these are thicker than normal cardstock, and so I can use 2 layers instead of just 1. I'm just going to toss these out because they won't go to a square easily and they'll be too small by that time. But this is really good thick cardstock. Okay, these are going to go in the bottom of my scrap bin. I'm going to cut this up. I hesitate to throw these away, or at least this black, because it's 110 pound cardstock. And so it's really good for layering as well. Wow, I could cut out hearts from this. And that's printed. I'm gonna toss that because I don't know what I would use it for. And I'll put this here. This is also printed, you can tell. My printer's not the best, and that's okay. Okay, so those can go there. These are too small. Just gonna toss them. That can go there. I'm just gonna cut it. I really want to keep that piece of paper. If I don't do it now, it's not gonna get done. Can I get another one in there? Nope. Nope. That's okay. Okay. At least I feel accomplished in getting something cut out of it. That's done. Okay. So I put my pieces back. And I think this is just like an old shipping box that I got scrapbooking supplies in, so I know it's the perfect size. I put these back in here because I can use them as layers. And I put them at the bottom, so it'll be easy to find. Okay. This overwhelms me. I haven't went and grabbed any of these to use them as strips. I'm gonna throw them away. It's not, yeah, not worth it. Done. Whew, look at that, how quickly that dwindled. Okay. These are items I have to deal with later. Either punch them out, put them in a binder or something. So these are gonna, I don't know, go off screen for a little bit. Put my scissors away. And now I've got 3 piles that I have to deal with. That's okay. I've got 3 piles, not a big deal. Okay. I'm not going to use this part of this paper. So I'm going to cut this down. Now normally I would just use my trimmer, but I'm too lazy to grab it right now. So I'm just going to toss this because I know I'm not going to use that other side, and that other side really bugs me. I still need to organize these papers. So I keep my white cardstock separate from my colored cardstock in these little binders because I like to use the white as journaling blocks or punches or whatever I need. So I've put on here the width, so if they don't make those widths, then they're getting tossed. Oops. Oh, there's another stupid thing. Okay. So, see, it's not worth keeping that, and I don't want it to be this. So this size is going to be going. That size is gone. That's dead. That can be 3.5. Trash. All these are going to be trash because they're not 2.5. These are going to be trash. Trash. That's gray. That's too skinny. Yeah. This is why I have 3 sizes. Trash. 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 And I'm okay with doing this. It kind of, you know, just a little bit. But you'll see at the end of this, I'll have more than enough left. Ooh, that's small. Okay. I'm going to keep this and put this in my bin again. Okay, that will be cut down to this size probably. That size, that's trash, trash, trash. Let's see what 2 1/4 looks like still. Okay. I don't even remember how I think what I did originally to come up with these sizes was I did this exact thing where I grouped them all together, and then let's see what this looks like sideways. Oh yeah, that could fit there. Actually, nope. Okay, and then this is 375. Perfect. So these right here will go away. This one will go in this big one here for 7. These will be the smaller ones, and that's the medium. Okay. So what I did when I originally made these is I stacked them up and then put them decreasing the smallest to the biggest. And I found the common size. The smallest small that I wanted was 2 1/4. So that's done. That's done. Well, it's not done, but I will cut them down to the right size. They're at least in the right thing. So white is done. And going up there. I guess I do have a smaller width somewhere. It's this guy. These are actually offcuts from making photo mats in white. So that's how I got this little itty bitty size, but I don't like it, so I'm gonna switch it. Okay. So here is 4 1/4, 2, 2.5. I even went to 175 on this one. Okay. Oh, 175, too small. Boom. Okay. Too small. Too small. See, since I already have these established, it's actually, that's 2. I can group them. I almost need a 3. Oh, here's 375. Okay. I can group them pretty quickly. That's 2 1/2. That's that size. And I do want them square. This is not happening. Got a couple of those that just isn't gonna happen. I should, let's see, we'll do 425 for this one. I'm just gonna cut it. I don't like this diagonal. Yeah, I don't like the diagonal. It has been bugging me for quite some time now. Yeah, none of these really, this one is probably gonna be tossed. These would be good for die cuts, die cutting, die cutting. Okay, so I'll just keep those all in there. This is just gonna be tossed. It's too themed. Let's see. That's good for die cutting. That's really what I use my scraps for. So when I'm looking at this, I need to make sure that's what I would use them for. I could probably get rid of this one. Oh, it's got the blue on the back. Yeah, We'll see. I've had that one in my scrap so long, I actually pulled it out and never used it. That's okay. So that is that pile. And these will be 4 1/4. Boom. Okay. Let's see. Where? I'll just put them back in my scraps. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put them back in my scraps because I want to clear my scrap bin. Sorry for my talking to myself. And then I have bigger sheets as well. See, I used to do 8. This is 8.5. Oh, I was wondering where these went. They got stuck in my scrap deal. I think those are too small though, because that's a 6, which I think I'm going to actually get rid of this size and just have it loose. I don't know. We'll see. And then I've got 2 things of 12 by 12 or 12-inch papers here. So I roamed through this to either find die cutting pieces or happy horizontals. And I try to arrange this in a way that I can see each pattern paper. And I missed one here. It needs to go further down. Let's see. Maybe it needs to go like right here. Yes, there we go. Now I can see it. So I am going to make a new category, a new size. So I'll walk you through how to do that. But I can take these 12-inch ones, cut them down so that they're flat, right? Or not with the weird extras. So let me do that real quick because that's the easiest one to show you how I put them together. Okay, that's done. That's done. These are branding strips. Yeah, I'm gonna throw those away. I don't want them. Okay, I gotta cut this down. Gotta cut this one. Cut this one. It's gonna go in there somewhere. This is too skinny. Too skinny. So it's gonna go in there somewhere. It's 12. That's too skinny. That needs to be cut. What am I doing? I need to. Okay. 12. That needs to be cut. Those are pretty skinny. Gonna go in there somewhere. Nope, I'm gonna go this way. And I'm going to make it shows that way. And this one can go there. I could probably get another heart out of this, so I'm going to. Okay, so you could do this a couple of different ways. You could organize your paper by color, or you can do it by size. I chose by size because I didn't want to waste all of this beautiful paper. So I've got my 12 by 12 or 12-inch strips here, and I am going to add them to here. First, I'm going to line them up by size. Sorry for the little one in the background. I really want to scrapbook. I don't really want to do this, so I'm going to do it real quick. Okay, just lining them up by size, and I'm going to put the hanging hole in the bottom. I could even make another separate deal, but I already have two, and two is too many. Okay, so this one's the thinner one. I'm going to start adding. Now this is duct tape to hold these together. So all I have to do is stick it in there. Okay. This can go right here. Oops. Okay. When I made this, I made sure to get everything lined up nice and evenly. However, now that I'm adding to it, I don't really care. It sits in a spot that it doesn't matter if it's lined up perfectly or not. Wow, I am adding a lot to that little section right there. Okay, this is getting a little too bulky now. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the second one. See how it kind of lays flat right now? Okay. This one's out of order. That's alright. They're both kind of stuck in there. Okay, there's some black. See, okay. I don't know if you can tell here. There's duct tape exposed there. So I can put this right here and it will stick to that duct tape if I rub my finger against it. See, now it won't, it hardly comes out. Okay, so I've definitely used this one more, this book more than my other book, and that's okay. Got a lot of Cartabella paper in here. Black, go back here. See how I'm just sticking them in. And I'm making sure that the side I want to see is showing. Now this is a single-sided piece of paper. Okay, and then the last one here has a rip. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. Let's trim it at 175 so that I can get the rest of it in my other. So there's that. And I'll trim this off right there. Done. Trash. And now that will go with my 175 pieces right over there. That can go right in there. Done. So, now I have my two books of 12-inch wide scraps. I can set that aside and work on some other ones here. Okay, these sizes I need to determine still. Oh, I think these were the 2-inch, weren't they? Here's 175. So I'm going to do the same thing by size. So in the back here I do have a piece of thick cardboard or cardstock so that it doesn't kind of flop all over the place. It does flop. Don't get me wrong, it flops, but... Okay, now I need to make sure all of these are 175. This is going to go in my border strips. Sometimes if I really want to keep a pattern, I'll just fudge it. You know, it's what you want to keep. These are your scraps, right? So I'm going to stick all of these, so they're the same size, right in here. And then, now you can see some of these aren't 1.5 or 175. They're more like 1.5, and that's okay too, because I can use them eventually. Okay, so that's done. Now on to the next size, which is 2 inches. Okay, so I pretty much did the same process. I cut down my papers to the size indicated, and then I stuck them in my books by size. So I decided to do a 4-inch size booklet, and I'll show you how to do that. Now, I feel like I have too many booklets already. However, I'm going to start scrapbooking 8x8 again, and I need the 4-inch size for the leftover scraps. So that's done. This one's busting out, so I don't know if I need to go through it and like purge the ones that I don't really know I won't really use, like this paper right here. Probably won't use that, but I'll leave it for today. That's a project for another day. I'm really tired already, so. Okay, so what you will need for this project is you're going to need to already have all of these cut down and lined up by size. And by size I mean you've got the 4 inches wide, but you have to have all of the papers already in place the way that you want it to be. So I'm just flipping through these. Okay. That's done. And then these two, let's see, I think they're actually the same size, but because that's a specialty paper, even though it's taller, I am going to put it in front. It needs a little bit of stability. This is where these types of things come into play. Where I've got thicker cardboard, I can use that to help stabilize my booklets like I have here. I think in the white ones I used 110-pound cardstock. The other ones were backing from packages. Okay, so I want the backing to be as tall, if not taller, than this, and I'm going to make it, I guess rounded edge doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're going to make it 8.5. Since I know these are going to be my 8-inch scraps, I feel confident in doing that. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that my rounded corner is on top instead of the bottom. I'm going to cut this down to 4 inches because that's the width I decided to do. Okay, and I don't like that rounded edge after all. It looks gross. So there's 4 inches, cut that down, move that over. Okay, so I've got my 4 inches for the front and 4 inches for the back. I'm going to flip this upside down since it is now straight edge. I don't want the barcode to show out. And I choose the white side facing in because I don't want this to distract me from when I'm actually looking at my papers. So, white side in, tap them really well on your table, and then grab some duct tape. This is just black Gorilla duct tape. and some nonstick scissors. Unfortunately, I have misplaced my nonstick scissors, so I'm going to have to use my normal scissors. Okay, and then cut this to 4 inches. I'm going to use these since they're bigger. How did I do this before? Did I place this on here first? No. Okay. So you're going to cut this to 4 inches. Okay. Just like that. Keep it flat on your work surface. See, it's really sticky, really, really sticky. And then we're going to make sure that by tapping that these are all going to be even. Okay. And then I'm going to place it on top of my duct tape, kind of in the middle, just like that. And I'm going to fold over. Now, I found that this is the best way to do this. And then I'm just going to push really, really hard on this. Okay, so now I've got a little book. Now I don't feel like this one counts because it's a special paper. Try sticking that back in there. Okay. Do it on the side of your table to really adhere those papers to that duct tape. So if you look at the bottom, this is actually relatively straight. This one is curved because the way I did this one was different. I laid this on there, placed all of these on here, on the duct tape. Okay, so I laid it down and then placed this on the duct tape and then curled it up. This doesn't hold it as well. So you really want to make sure that you have your group of papers. You place it on the duct tape all together and then pull the sides up. That's the easiest way to do it. And then I'm going to write a 4 on here so that in the future, when I go to do my scraps, I know exactly what size all of these are. Now, my scrap bin has gone from, oops, this is a 2.5, from chaos in a box to half empty box, well, to definitely an empty box, to this. I do want to mention where I place this. So I've got, I purchased a medium stacking bin from Joann's, and it fits my 6x6 pads perfectly. I also fit my booklets in there perfectly. Okay, so these kind of rest like this. And then the ones that are bigger, larger, 6, 8, and 8.5, go like that. And they kind of just sit like this, so you can see it. And then my 12 by 12, or my 12 inch, go right behind it. Just gonna throw it away. Just kind of stacked up against another piece of furniture that I've got. And then I'm done. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.